morning, everyone. Welcome to a new week, and welcome to a new week of TUSDtv, Turlock Unified School District Television. What it is, again, it's our opportunity from Turlock Unified to try and make connections to reach out to you at home. We miss you, and we can't wait till you're back in school, but we also want to, again, share that we're thinking of you every day and that we are here still and available. Your schools have someone there from 8 to 1 each day. If your parents have any type of questions, they can email teachers and that sort of thing and stay connected. This morning we're going to have more principals, assistant principals, and other people reading stories, a nice opportunity to connect and for them to be able to share stories and thoughts that they love. So have a great day, and I'm so glad you're here with us this morning on TUSDtv.
Hi, my name is Mrs. DiTomasi. I'm the assistant principal at Walnut Elementary Education Center. I want to read a story to you today, but I want to ask you first. Has somebody ever inspired you and you've wanted to do something for them, and then when you were trying to do something for them, like stuff just went wrong? Well, the story I have for you today is a lot about that, and maybe it'll inspire you to do something fun as well. So the story is by one of my favorite authors, Patricia Polacco. It's Chicken Sunday, and it comes to us from the Putnam and Gossett Group publishers. So let's get started. Stuart and Winston were my neighbors. They were my brothers by a solemn ceremony we had performed in their backyard one summer. They weren't the same religion I was. They were Baptists. Their grandma, Eula May Walker, was my grandma now. My babushka had died 2 summers before. Sometimes my mother let me go to church on Sunday with them. How we loved to hear Miss Eula sing. She had a voice like slow thunder and sweet rain. We'd walk to church and back. She'd take my hand as we crossed College Avenue. Even though we've been churching up like decent folks ought to, she'd say, I don't want you to step in front of one of those fast cars. You'll be as flat as a hen's tongue. She'd squeeze my hand. When we passed Mr. Kudinsky's hat shop, Miss Eula would always stop and look in the window at the wonderful hats. Then she'd sigh and we'd walk on. We called those Sundays Chicken Sundays because Miss Eula almost always fried chicken for dinner. There'd be collard greens with bacon, a big pot of Hoppin' John, corn on the cob, and fried spoon bread. One Sunday at the table, we watched her paper fan flutter back and forth, pulling moist chicken fried air along with it. She told us something we already knew. That Easter bonnet in Mr. Kudinsky's window is the most beautiful I ever did see, she said thoughtfully. The 3 of us exchanged looks. We wanted to get her that hat more than anything in the world. Stuart reached into the hole in the trunk of our wish tree in the backyard. He pulled out a rusty Band-Aid tin. The 3 of us held our breath as we counted the money inside that we'd been saving for weeks. If we're going to get that hat for Miss Eula in time for Easter, we're going to need a lot more than this, I announced. Maybe we should ask Mr. Kudinsky if we could sweep up his shop or something to earn the rest of the money, Stuart said. I don't know, Winnie said fearfully. He's such a strange old man. He never smiles at anyone. He always looks so mean. We all agreed that it was worth a try anyway. The next day, we took a shortcut down the alley in back of the hat shop. Bigger boys were there. They were yelling, and eggs flew past us and pelted Mr. Kudinsky's back door. Just as the boys ran away, the door flew open. Mr. Kudinsky glared straight at us. You there, he yelled. Why do you kids do things like this? It wasn't us, Stuart tried to say, but Mr. Kudinsky, he wouldn't listen to us. All I want to do is live my life in peace. I'm calling your grandmother, he shouted as he wagged his finger in Stuart's face. Miss Eula was waiting for us in the living room. Miss Eula, we didn't throw those eggs, I sobbed. Some big boys did, Stuart sputtered. What were you doing at the back of his shop in the first place? She asked. We knew that we couldn't tell her the truth, so we just stood there and cried. She looked at us for a long while. Baby dears, I want to believe you. Heaven knows that I brought you children up to always tell the truth. If you say you didn't do it, then I believe you. It's too bad, though, she went on to say. That poor man has suffered so much in his life. He deserves more than eggs thrown at him. You know, he thinks you threw the eggs. Y'all have to show him that you are good people. You'll have to change his mind somehow. In my kitchen the next day, we thought and thought, how can we win him over when he thinks that we threw those eggs? Stuart asked. He doesn't even like us, Winston chirped. Eggs, I said quietly. Eggs? Stuart asked. Eggs! I screamed. I went to the kitchen drawer and took out a lump of beeswax, a candle, a small funnel with a wooden handle, and some packets of yellow, red, and black dye. Mom helped me show the boys how to decorate eggs the way my bubby had taught us. The way they do it in the old country. We made designs on the eggshells with hot wax and then dyed them and finally melted the wax patterns off. We put the eggs in a basket, and though we were afraid, we marched to Mr. Kandinsky's shop and we put them on the counter. He raised his eyebrows and glowered at us. Then his eyes dropped to the basket. Spasibo, he said softly. That means thank you in Russian. Paisenki eggs, he said as he looked closely. I haven't seen these since I left my homeland. We didn't throw those eggs at your door, Mr. Kandinsky, we told him, and he looked at us for a minute. Well, then you have great courage to be here. Chutzpah! You have chutzpah! Then his eyes glistened and his mouth curled into a warm smile. Come, have some tea with me. We spent the whole afternoon talking together, having poppy seed cake and strong tea. He told us about his life, and we told him about ours. When we finally got the courage to ask about doing odd jobs to earn some extra money, he apologized and told us there was no work. We didn't tell him what we wanted the money for. It didn't seem like the right thing to do, and our hearts sank. I tell you this, he said thoughtfully, these eggs are as beautiful as my hats. Stuart, Winnie, and I looked at each other. It's almost Easter, he went on to say. I'm sure that people would love these eggs. Set up a table and sell them right here at my shop. For the next few days, we worked very hard. We made almost a dozen Paisenki eggs. When people came in, they picked them up and said things like, beautiful, splendid, intricate, oh, glorious. We sold them all in one single day. That afternoon, when all the eggs were gone, we counted our money. We had more than enough for the hat. Just as we were about to tell Mr. Kandinsky that we wanted to buy the hat, he came out from the back room holding a beautiful hat box, gift wrapped. Keep your money, children, he said softly. I have seen Miss Eula admire this. It is for her, isn't it? Tell her that I know you are very good children, such good children. When Easter Sunday arrived, we thought our hearts would burst when we watched Miss Eula open the hat box. She held us close as big tears rolled down her cheeks. Our hearts sang along with the choir that Sunday. She looked so beautiful in that hat. When it was time for her solo, we knew she was singing just for us. Her voice was like slow thunder and sweet rain. Later that day, as Miss Eula sat at the head of the table, she said, oh, baby dears, I can die happy now. After I'm dead, on Chicken Sundays, I want you to boil up some chicken, bones, gravy and all, and pour it over my grave. So late at night when I'm hungry, I can reach right out and grab me some. Then she rolled her head back and laughed from a deep, holy place inside. Winston, Stuart, and I are all grown up now. Our old neighborhood has changed some, yet it's still familiar too. The freeway rumbles over the spot where Mr. Kandinsky's shop once stood. I think of him often in his glorious hats. We lost Miss Eula some time back, but every year we take some chicken soup up to Mountain View Cemetery, and we do just as she asked. Sometimes, when we're especially quiet inside, we can hear singing, a voice that sounds like slow thunder, sweet rain. The end. My hope for you is that somehow you find a chance to honor somebody who's inspired you or done something, even if it may take a little bit of thinking and work on your part. Thank you, boys and girls, and whoever else is out there listening.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Jay Rem. I'm the assistant principal at Julene. Really happy to be here today in my cowboy garb to read a great story to you guys. This is Why Cowboys Sleep with Their Boots On by Lori Lazaro Knowlton with some great illustrations by James Rice. This is a special book to me because it's one that was given to my son by his aunt and uncle, and I read it to all three of my kids when they were young, and they've got kind of a cowboy background a little bit because of their grandfather, my father-in-law, and so this was a special book for us, and I wanted to make sure that I read it for our students. So this is Why Cowboys Sleep with Their Boots On. Why Cowboys Sleep with Their Boots On by Lori Lazaro Knowlton and illustrated by James Rice. Slim Jim Watkins was one tired cowboy. Sliding out of his saddle, Slim Jim Watkins popped the dirt from his breeches. Seemed like he'd lassoed and branded more than 1,000 longhorn. All of this didn't mind him much. He just wanted to go to bed. So Slim Jim Watkins stripped off his clothes, all but his long johns, and crawled into his bedroll. No sooner did he lay his head on his cowboy hat than Slim Jim Watkins was sound asleep. And just a side note, these are long johns. I don't know how many of you kids have ever seen these before, but these are pajamas that folks would wear under their clothes to keep them warm. We have Slim Jim asleep, and he's got a couple of visitors in his pants. Rise and shine, bellowed the chuck wagon cook. Slim Jim Watkins stretched, groaned, and reached for his breeches. My breeches, they're gone! Slim Jim Watkins searched and searched, but he couldn't find his breeches. This is enough to sour a man's outlook for the day. Grumbling, Slim Jim Watkins slipped his chaps over his long johns and went to work. Darn! Griped Slim Jim Watkins. These long johns are wearing thin. I need my breeches. So, after a long day's work, Slim Jim Watkins went to town to buy new denim breeches. It was dark when Slim Jim Watkins rode back to camp. He was a mighty tired cowboy. His bedroll was a welcome sight. Slim Jim Watkins stripped off all his duds, all but his long johns and his new breeches. Then he collapsed into his bedroll. No sooner did he lay his head on his hat than he was sound asleep. Snort. Whew! And so there he is, right? Now he's sleeping in his breeches and his pants, but he's got a few more visitors looking at his other items of clothing. Rise and shine, roared the chuck wagon cook. Slim Jim Watkins stretched, yawned, and reached for his bandana. My bandana! It's gone! Slim Jim Watkins searched and searched, but could not find his bandana. Finally, he went to work. Darn, growled Slim Jim Watkins. He coughed and choked from the dirt riled up by the cattle. I need my bandana! So he's wearing a mask, not unlike a lot of us are wearing masks now. He needs that mask, that bandana, to make sure he doesn't get grit and grime in his lungs. That night, Slim Jim Watkins traded a week's worth of dishwashing for the cook's bandana. After doing dishes, Slim Jim Watkins was one tired cowboy. He stumbled to his bedroll and stripped off his duds, all but his worn long johns, new breeches, and new bandana. That night he was so tired he forgot to lay his head on his hat. So there he is, and again, another visitor coming during the night. Soon after, the chuck wagon cook clanged his pots together and yelled, "Rise and shine!" Slim Jim Watkins stretched and, "My hat! Where's my hat?" Slim Jim Watkins jumped to his feet. Frantically, he searched. Losing my breeches and bandana is one thing, but to lose my hat is something else again. "Get to work," boomed the trail boss. So Slim Jim Watkins went to work without his hat. "Darn," beefed Slim Jim Watkins when the blistering sun burned his face. "I need my hat." I'd let him borrow mine if I could. So Slim Jim Watkins rode into town to buy a hat. The smoke of the campfire rolled skyward to the stars as Slim Jim Watkins rode his weary horse into camp. Slim Jim Watkins was a tired cowboy. "Oh, is my bedroll going to feel soft as a cow's underside tonight?" Sitting beside his bedroll, Slim Jim Watkins started to pull off his boots. On second thought, he said, "I'm going to sleep just the way I am." And he did, boots and all. And that, everyone, is why cowboys sleep with their boots on.
Hi, Turlock Schools. This is Wendy Cook, the assistant principal at Brown Elementary, and I get to read a couple of stories to you. Hope you're all doing well. Miss all of you very much. Hopefully we're all keeping our social distance going on and following the rules, staying healthy, getting some exercise done, staying caught up in all of our studies, doing some math every day, doing some sit-ups every day, different things. So I would like to read to you The Good Egg. This is a scholastic book written and illustrated by Jory John and Pete Oswald. The Good Egg. And our title page, The Good Egg, by Jory John and Pete Oswald. "Oh, hello. I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg. It's true, I do all kinds of things, like I carry your groceries. I'll water your plants. I'll change your tires. I'll paint your house. If you need any help whatsoever, I'm your egg. I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the start, even in my earliest days. Back at the store, there were a dozen of us living together under one recycled roof. There was Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelley and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank. The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. They only ate sugary cereal. They threw tantrums. They cried for no reason. They broke their stuff on purpose. Meanwhile, I tried to take charge. I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was a good egg. A very good egg. Nobody seemed to care, though. Every night I was exhausted. My head felt scrambled. Then one fateful morning I noticed some cracks in my shell. They were everywhere. My doctor said it was from all the pressure I was putting on myself. The pressure of making sure everyone was as good as me. I was cracking up, literally. Something had to change. I'd had enough. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelley and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and the other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. I left that night. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days. The days became weeks. I lost track of time, and I was alone. Out there on the road, under the stars, I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. I took walks. I read books. I floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in. I breathed out. I even started painting. For once, I found time for me. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. I started to feel like myself again. So I've made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, I'm kind of lonely out here. This time, I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while I'm also being good to myself. Here we go. Everybody missed me. I missed them too. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Pete. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha, Shelly. Hey-o, Sheldon. Hi, Shelby. Good day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? Howdy do, other Frank. Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad. But it's not like before. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. I'm okay with that. Yep, the old carton is back together. We're a solid dozen again. It's good to be home. The end.
Hello, everyone. Hey, I wanted to share some thoughts with you in a song, just to talk a little bit about, just to give you something to think about as you're home and you're also learning. You know, when we're at home, it's kind of a different experience. The schedule seems different. At school, we have bells that keep us going, but at home, it's a little bit different. What I wanted to remind you is that what you may be finding is a lot of quiet time. Sure, you have your time when you're doing studies, you're online, you're learning and that sort of thing, but there's a lot of time too as well that's quiet time. I wanted to just give you an opportunity to share what you've already learned. If you have Toolbox and your teacher is using Toolbox or anything else like that, that it's really important to ask ourselves, what am I feeling right now? What am I thinking right now? And to always take the opportunity to be able to not just go with the flow, but to make sure to keep your goals in mind, to keep your dreams in mind, to keep your schedule in mind, to keep you moving. And so I think that's important. You know, it's kind of weird. You say, when I have free time, is that a good time to dream? Absolutely. I'm not just talking about when you're sleeping. You could dream again about what you want to be. That's why we're here at school. That's why we have school. We try to take your dreams of what you want to be when you grow up, of what you want to do, of the person that you want to be, and our job is to make sure that you are able to do that. We want you to dream big, and we also want you to understand what you need to do to be able to do that. So that's just a little reminder, and that's what this song is about. Even the song, it says, you know, even when you're feeling a little down, even when you're feeling a little nervous, or maybe you're a little sad, you haven't seen your friends in a while, to remember that better days are going to come. You're going to be coming back to school, and to really also make the best of your opportunity that you're having right now to be the best you can be. So this song is called Dream Big, and I'd love to sing it for you. Here it is. When you cry, be sure to dry your eyes. There's better days are going to come. And when you smile, be sure to smile wide. And don't let them know that they have won. When you walk, walk with pride. And don't show the hurt inside, 'cause the pain will soon be gone. When you dream, dream big, as big as the ocean blue. 'Cause when you dream, it will come true. When you dream, dream big. When you laugh, be sure to laugh out loud, 'cause it'll carry your cares away. And when you see the beauty all around and in yourself, it'll make you feel okay. And when you pray for strength to help you carry on. When you dream, troubles come your way. When you dream, dream big, as big as the ocean blue. 'Cause when you dream, it will come true. When you dream, dream big. I know you all have lots of dreams that you're sharing, and I know you have lots of dreams that you're working on every single day. When you're working and doing the things that the teacher has sent you, when you're working well with your families, when you're setting a goal for the day and realizing it, that's dreaming big. And that all the things that you want to accomplish, I know you're going to be able to do it. Make sure to dream big, okay? When you cry, be sure to dry your eyes. Better days are sure to come. And when you smile, be sure to smile wide. Don't let them know that they have won. And when you laugh, be sure to laugh out loud, 'cause it'll carry your cares away. And when you see the beauty all around and in yourself, and it'll make you feel okay. And when you dream, dream big, as big as the ocean blue. 'Cause when you dream, they will come true. So when you dream, dream big.
Gonna hear one more book? It's another scholastic book. This is Down by the Station by Will Hellenbrand. He's the author and the illustrator. And I love these kind of books that show the front cover and back cover together to make one giant picture. Now for my little ones out there, I want you to keep an eye on the red balloon during this story. Try to find it on each page. When I used to read this to my kindergartners, that's what we used to do. They used to come up and touch the red balloon. So you look for that red balloon too. And the title page, Down by the Station by Will Hillenbrand. He wrote this story to Liz, Charlie, my wife Jane, and my son Ian. And there's that red balloon, so keep your eyes out for the red balloon. Down by the station, early in the morning. See the little puffer bellies all in a row. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, and off we go. Down by the elephants early in the morning, see the little calf wanting to go. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, thrump, thrump, off we go. That red balloon's hard to find on that page. Easier this time. Down by the flamingos early in the morning, see the little chick waiting to go. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, thrump, thrump, peep, peep, off we go. Down by the pandas early in the morning, see the little cub waiting to go. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, thump, thump, peep, peep, grump, grump, off we go. If you look at the next picture, it usually gives you a clue of where they're heading to. Down by the tigers early in the morning, see the little cub waiting to go. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, thrump, thrump, peep, peep, grump, grump, mew, mew, off we go. And there's a little sign that says Seal Island. Down by the seals early in the morning, see the little pup waiting to go. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, thrump, thrump, peep, peep, grump, grump, mew, mew, flip, flop. Danger. We see some eyes poking out. Uh-oh. There's the seal. They had to stop the train. Phew! They made it. Look for that red balloon. Down by the kangaroos early in the morning, see the little Joey waiting to go. See the engine driver pull his little lever. Puff, puff, toot, toot, thrump, thrump, peep, peep, grump, grump, mew, mew, flip, flop, bump, bump, off we go. Looks like they're heading to the children's zoo. Down by the children's zoo early in the morning, see the baby animals exit in a row. See the engine driver pull his little lever. I think you remember this. The bus, some kids getting off the bus, maybe a field trip. Puff, puff, toot, toot, off we go. And even on that last page, there's the little balloon through the window. And all the kids having a great time at the children's zoo. And if you know how to play music or an instrument, someone could help you with that, maybe on a piano or something. Thank you again for letting me read to you. We miss all of you. Keep up the good work. You're doing your job. We're doing our job. We're here for you, so reach out to any of us. Bye.
Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying the programming today on TUSDtv. We're going to break in every now and then just to provide some information that's important for you throughout the broadcast. The first thing I want to remind you, and I think you're aware of this because we've shared this with you, but did you know that you should not be hungry today? You should not go today without a good meal, because there are certain schools and sites that are giving free meals, breakfast and lunch, to students every single school day, Monday through Friday. So I wanted to share that with you, and parents, you can understand this as a resource. They're ready and waiting for you to drop by And the meals are available for every student, any person under the age of 18. I wanted to let you know the locations. From 9:30 to 12:30, breakfast, and also later lunch is available every single day, Monday through Friday. Wakefield Elementary School, just stop by the cafeteria. Osborne Elementary School, Cunningham Elementary School, Kroll, Turlock Junior High School, Julian Elementary School, and Dennis Earl Elementary School. Now I know yesterday I was riding by Dennis Earl and I saw everybody out there, and I stopped by and they gave me meals for my entire family. They were so excited to see me. They always practice social distancing. They'll stay, a certain distance away from you and everything else like that, but provide meals, breakfast items, breakfast cereals, bakery items, yogurt cups, graham crackers. They also provide lunches, turkey sandwiches, peanut butter sandwiches, lunch packs, and chef's choice. And they're there ready and waiting, available to you. So parents too of students, I know it helps to relieve one stress of the day, to make sure that your students are going to have a great meal. It's also our ability to understand that we take our job seriously in taking care of students. Now, what if you're way out in the country and you're wondering, what am I going to do? Do I have to drive in? Well, no, now we have remote locations available where meals are delivered out to remote locations. I'm not going to get into all the details, but Walnut, Simmons, Greenway, Lander and Harding, Lander and Clawson, Gulf Road and Harding, Harding and Clawson, Griffith and Bradbury Road. Even way out in Vincent Road, there are stops. And all you need to do is just go online to Turlock Unified School District webpage and click on nutrition information, and it has all the stops and what times they come, so you don't need to come all the way in. So again, every day, and again, you may have stocked up, your cupboards may be full, but this is an idea too, just to be able to take one of the stresses and one of the strains out of your day and allow us to continue to take care of the students that we love and care for so much. So again, take advantage of these meal services. If you have any questions about it, feel free to call your school site anytime between 8 and 1, and they'll have additional information as well. Or just look to the Turlock Unified School District website for meals that are happening every day, Monday through Friday.
Hello there, this is Mr. Singh, principal at Walnut Elementary. I'd like to read a story to you called Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. Definitely a favorite in my household. Story is by Eric Litwin and the art is by James Dean. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes, I love my red shoes, I love my red shoes. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my blue shoes, I love my blue shoes, I love my blue shoes. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes, I love my brown shoes, I love my brown shoes. Oh no, Pete stepped in a bucket of water, and all the brown and all the blue and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? White, but now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes. The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. because it's all good. I know we're in some really tough times, friends, and we really miss seeing all of you at school. But we're hoping that if we all do the right thing, and when everything is good, like Pete the Cat says, we look forward to having you back at school. So what are some things you can be doing? Well, reading is probably one of the best things you can be doing. Practicing any work you can do at home, anything your teachers have offered you. This is also a great opportunity for you to learn all those great life skills, right? So you're home with your families, something that your family, friends, anyone who can teach you something, but to make sure you practice social distancing. So we're asking you to stay at least 6 feet apart whenever possible. Stay home, wash your hands, do all those things that people are telling you to do so that we can see you soon. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Dr. Persons here again. I hope you're having a great day of appreciating TUSDtv and all the information and all the great staff members and other people who are reaching out to our students. I wanted to reach out really quickly with some information on web-based resources. Just the name might scare you parents a little bit, but just some things that will make it easier for you to be able to have your students keep in touch online. There's a couple things to remember. First of all, the main way to go online is through Clever. So your student has one logon for Clever, and then once they log on, they're going to have a lot of resources all in one place. Now, I've been at the school site and I've had calls, and I welcome as many as I can get. Parents wondering, how do I sign in my child for Clever? And if you want to call anytime between 8 and 1, Monday through Friday at your school site, then a person there is going to be able to help you to give you the logon for your child so that they can get onto Clever and have access to all those resources. Again, if they haven't been able to do that, please feel free to call anytime between 8 and 1. We can get that done. The other thing that's important to remember, and we don't have any stock in Zoom in the app, but a lot of teachers are using that, and a lot of people are using that to reach out. What you do is you could go to the App Store or the Google Store and get Zoom, the Zoom app. Once you log on with your information, then anyone, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a principal, whether it's friends, they can get on and have video conferencing, either audio or both audio and video, with your student. So I signed on just a couple days ago to Zoom as a parent, and we've used it in different ways. One of my children's teacher is getting together every day at 11, and the entire classroom is going on to Zoom every day at 11 o'clock. Now, since I signed on to the app, they just invite you, and then you just click the invitation and it automatically happens. Now, I know my children, they started it yesterday. They were able to see the friends' faces again, the people that they miss at school. It was just, I came home and they were just astonished. But I've also used Zoom. My other son gets together with 3 of his classmates from school, just them, and their parents set it up. They set up a meeting every day at 11, and every day at 1, and every day they get together, and the 4 of them just talk about homework assignments, what you've been up to. They're even practicing their instruments in front of each other in order to kind of keep going. It's just a nice way to do that. And I've also been using it for educational meetings. Parents, you might have IEPs or something like that, and people are reaching out to you. So you only sign up once on the Zoom app, and then you can use that anytime a teacher or parent reaches out, and so that would be helpful. Other web-based resources, these are available online at Turlock Unified School District. But for grades K through 3, a lot of them are involved on Clever already, Wonders and things like that. Other things, Khan Academy, Lexia, Renaissance. We have Accelerated Reader now available. It wasn't available before during the school day. It is now with our remote learning that's going on. So your children can have Accelerated Reader, read a book, and continue to learn. Zern, Impact, Scholastic News, all kinds of things are on here. This particular resource, again, available on Turlock Unified School District website. And we can post it on the show here to be able to reach out. The other thing to remember is, remember, and I'm going to be honest with you, that teacher meeting, we had forgot to check, the information that was coming out via the teacher. And so make sure, again, to check to make sure if the teacher is emailing you or they're using some other app to get in touch with you, make sure to look into that. So lots of technological resources. If you have any information that you need, make sure to reach out to your school anytime between 8 and 1, and they can share some of those resources with you. So don't be afraid to reach out online. Your children are smart. They understand how to do it. And kids, I know you're really enjoying all the tech resources that are keeping you in touch and keeping you learning in Turlock Unified.
Hello, I'm Jay Brem. I'm the assistant principal at Juleen, and I'm going to be reading Pinkalicious, the Pinkerific Playdate for you. This is a special book for me because my youngest daughter, Lane, loves Pinkalicious and loves the Pinkalicious series, so it's nice for me to be able to read something to you that was meaningful to my family. So here we go with Pinkalicious, the Pinkerific Playdate by Victoria Kahn. Pinkalicious, the Pinkerific Playdate. I have a new friend. Her name is Rose. The wonderful thing about Rose is that we have a great time playing together. Last week, I didn't even know Rose's name. All I knew about Rose was that she was new at our school. On Thursday, Allison said, "Let's jump with both ropes." "We can't," I said. "We need 3 people for that." "What about the new girl, Rose?" Allison asked. "What a beautiful name," I said. "Let's ask her to play too." Rose could really jump. Rose sat with us at lunch. I shared my peak cupcakes. Allison shared her beet salad. Rose shared her strawberry smoothie. Sharing is wonderful. So is Rose. Today, Allison has soccer. Rose is coming over for a play date for the first time ever. I can hardly wait. "What are you going to do together?" asked Peter. "It's all planned," I said. "Is it time yet?" I asked Mommy. "I'm so excited. I can't wait." "Rose will have a wonderful time. You've planned so much to do," said Mommy. "This will be fun," said Peter. "You're not exactly invited," I said. "Don't forget to include Peter, Pinkalicious," said Mommy. Just then the doorbell rang. It was Rose. "Come on, Rose," I said. "Let's make friendship bracelets." "I like the colors you picked," said Rose. "I like your colors too," I told her. "Look at me. I'm playing too," said Peter. "It's time to bake cookies," I said. "Pink sprinkles go on top." "Yummy," said Rose. "Farfy," said Peter. His mouth was full. "Now it's hula hoop time," I said. Rose and I ran outside. Peter came too. "I can hula 2 hoops," said Rose. "Me too," I said. We talked about our favorite books. We talked about our best birthdays so far. We talked about our teacher, an ice skating rink. We talked a lot. Then we giggled about our little brothers. Rose has one too. I forgot all about my list of things to do. "Time to go," Rose's mom said. "What?" Rose said. "We didn't get to play dress up or do the obstacle course or do the limbo," I wailed. "I love to do the limbo," Rose said. "Can we do that next time?" She smiled at me. I smiled back. Peter smiled too. "This was the best play date ever," he said. "I think so too, Peter," Rose said. I smiled. Me too. So it was a great play date. I know right now you guys really can't do play dates, but hopefully you got some ideas for when we are able to. Some fun things that you can do with your friends when you're able to come back and see them again. Thanks, everybody.
Well, hello all. Hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. Perez. I'm the assistant principal at Cunningham Elementary School, home of the Eagles. And I am very eager and excited to be here today. And I have a wonderful story for you. And I want to talk a little bit about it first of all. This story is one of my favorite stories of all time. It's written by Paul Frank, and it's a character by the name of Julius. And so this is a bedtime story, but any story is a good story at any time of the day. The book is called Only in Dreams. So I want to share with you, as I read the book, a little bit about who I am and how this relates to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Only in Dreams, a bedtime story by Paul Frank, written and illustrated by Parker Jacobs. Hi, I'm Julius, and it's bedtime for me. I love bedtime because when I sleep, I dream. And when I dream, I can do anything I can imagine. And that is so true. Anytime we dream and we want to dream about where we want to go, who we want to be, at bedtime is the perfect time to relax and start those dreams. And there we see Julius getting ready to go to bed. And there he is. He's beginning to go to sleep and dream. I start by closing my eyes. It's dark at first, but then I find a glimmer of a dream. When I find a dream in my mind, I jump right in with both feet. Wow, I'm flying. Look at my friends below. Flying is just one thing I can do in my dreams. Anything is possible. And like Julius, how many of you wish you can fly? I know I do every day. I wish I could fly. I wish I could be the bee out in the air, out in the flower. I wish I could be the birds. I wish I could be that airplane. I love to fly as well. I could have an elephant trunk. I can have 3 heads. I can have lobster claws. Or I can have a potato body. Wow, look at Julius dreaming. In my dreams, I can be super tall. And boys and girls, I love to be tall. I'm a little bit above average, but it's always been a dream of mine to be tall, tall, tall. Or I can be teeny tiny, maybe like a ladybug. Dreams can take me places I've never been before, like a magical castle in the clouds. Oh, maybe there's a unicorn in that castle. Now, I'm paddling down a strawberry milk river near a frosted cupcake village. Oh my goodness, dreaming about all those tasty, delicious sweets. Now that's a sweet dream. Now I'm a giant beast set loose on an uninspected metropolis. Ooh, just like King Kong or Godzilla. I wonder what I'll find in this mysterious cavern. If it gets too scary, I won't worry because I can just dream about something else. Now I'm a good guy pirate, saving a fair lady from bad buccaneers. Wow, don't you wish and dream you can be a superhero like Julius? Far out. I'm a rock star in outer space, and it's the first concert on the moon. Look at that. All of you Cunningham Eagles, you're all superstars, just like Julius. I can dream anything. I can do anything. The universe is mine. I'm on top of the world. I've caught the sun. I'm awake. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, did we see those dreams that Julius had? Boys and girls, I know we all have dreams, and we want all of our dreams to be good and positive. And boys and girls, I hope you really enjoyed this story by Paul Frank. One of my favorite, a bedtime story, Only in Dreams. Hola niños y niñas, habla el subdirector, el señor Pérez, y como sabemos soy el subdirector de su escuela, la escuela Cunningham, y somos las Águilas de Cunningham. Miren, esta mañana estoy aquí para presentarles y leerles unos de mis libros favoritos, y esta mañana quiero presentarles José el Chévere, Helado y Dinosaurios. El autor de este cuento favorito es Eric Litwin. Y vamos a conocer a José el Chévere, nuestro artista. José el Chévere vio algo sabroso. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? Y sonrió porque es muy goloso. Miren nomás. ¡Wow! José el Chévere estaba encantado. Tenía una cuchara y un tarro de helado. Entonces comenzó a cantar aquí con su guitarra. Me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino. A ver todos, niños y niñas, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino. Ah, qué bien lo hacen. ¡Rar! ¡Ay, no! Un dinosaurio chiquito entró en la sala. Vio el tarro de helado y sacó una... ¿Qué sacó? ¿Qué sacó? ¿Qué sacó? Una cuchara. Se puso un babero, se sentó en una silla. ¿Qué dijo José? ¿Qué dijo José el chévere? Compartir es una maravilla. Y todos cantaron, a ver, niños y niñas, todos. Me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino. ¡Rar! ¡Ay, no! Un dinosaurio grande entró en la sala, vio el tarro de helado y sacó una cuchara. Se puso un babero y se sentó en una silla. ¿Qué dijo José? Compartir es una maravilla. Y todos cantaron, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino. Todos, me gusta mi lado canino. ¡Rar! ¡Ay, no! Un dinosaurio inmenso entró en la sala, miró el tarro de helado y sacó una... ¡Sí! Una cuchara. Se puso un babero y se sentó en una silla. ¿Qué dijo José? Compartir es una maravilla. Y todos cantaron, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino. ¡Rar! ¡Ay, no! El tarro estaba vacío, el helado se había acabado, los dinosaurios estaban enojados. ¿Qué podía hacer José? Le dio vuelta al tarro, lo convirtió en un tambor, se puso a tocar. Poro, pom, 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 poro, pom, 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 poro, pom, pom, pom. Los dinosaurios se rieron, se levantaron de las sillas, se pusieron a bailar una cancioncilla. Entonces, ¿qué dijeron? Compartir es una maravilla. Y todos cantaron, todos, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino, me gusta mi lado canino. Y José el chévere concluye su maravilla. Gracias, niños y niñas, y esperamos vernos dentro de pronto. Manténganse saludables y por favor manténganse seguros. Y hasta pronto.
Hey, I hope you all have enjoyed today's program, and we're going to continue to have program on TUSDtv. You may be asking yourself, where can I find it? Obviously you found it because you're seeing me, but you also may have friends who might not have certain channels and things like that. So you can find it on Charter, Channel 2, AT&T Uverse, Channel 95, Turlock Unified School District YouTube channel, and also the TUSD Facebook channel. So again, if you have friends or family members who maybe don't have Charter or don't have AT&T Uverse, other places to find it. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's programming, and we're going to have lots more programming to come, so tune in again. Thanks.